Hello and welcome to my playthrough of Descent. This is a game that I'm really very eager to share. It isn't very well known these days, but it was pretty well known back in the day when it came out. As a bit of an overview, Descent came out in 1995. This was back when Doom was really popular. It spawned a slew of Doom clones, and Descent was one of them. But what makes this game stand out is the movement. You have 6 degrees of movement. Basically means your character, who's piloting a ship, can fly. Descent was my first real video game and has a special place in my heart, and that's really why I'm so excited to share it. But let's get right into it, and I will explain as we go along. I'm feeling brave. Let's do Hot Shot. So the story of this game is pretty simple. A corporation called PTMC has mining operations on planets throughout our solar system. Things go awry when an alien virus infects the robots in the mines, and as a result they need to be destroyed. And that's where we come in. We play as the Material Defender, a mercenary hired by the corporation PTMC to go into each of the mines and blow the mines up. Fighting robots along the way, getting all these power-ups, and having a great time. I always skip through this because it is very boring reading all this text. Alright, so here's the robots we're going to face in these first few mines. This one is the basic robot. It moves pretty slow, it fires pretty slow, it doesn't have much armor. It's not very bad. This one is a little more dangerous because it does a little more damage, but it also fires fairly slowly and isn't a big threat. These guys are jerks. We're not going to see them this episode. We're not going to see them until level 4. They don't shoot or anything, they just claw the heck out of your ship. Small Hulks, we're going to see some of these. They're dangerous because they have more armor than we're used to, and they fire these green lasers that do a significant amount of damage, and they move around faster than you would think they would be able to. Medium Hulk we're not going to see for a little while. These guys are the first actual dangerous robots you run into because they fire missiles at you and they deal a lot of damage. This robot is a jerk. We're not going to see it until level 6. What they do is they hold little tiny spiderlings, and when you kill it, the spiderlings come out, and then you have to kill each one of those. And this is the exit. This is going to be relevant for when we're trying to get out of the mine after starting the self-destruct. So let us... Yeah. And then they give you a little update before each of the missions. Alright, so first thing I do is I always change the HUD, because this one is really kind of constricting. So I always make it full screen like that. And I've changed the controls around so that they kind of adhere to a normal FPS that we would be used to. It used to be, you would have to turn when you want to go places. Be looking up and down and all that. That doesn't really fly so well these days, so I did it to more of a strafing control scheme. Here's our first robot. Our basic weapon is this laser that we shoot. It's just an orange laser. It doesn't deal a lot of damage. If you see in the bottom left, it says shield and energy. Laser takes energy to shoot. I think it's like 4 shots per energy. Looks like it's 3 actually. So that's our resource for our energy weapons. We also have these missiles. I'll show you what they do. They hit pretty hard. That's our secondary weapon. You see these guys aren't so bad because they shoot pretty slow. So I'm gonna fly through this pretty quickly. You can always, and the nice thing about these enemies is they make these distinctive sounds. This is where you get hostages. You always shoot the door open, and you just fly into them and it rescues them. I guess it teleports them somewhere. Hotshot, the way the difficulties affect the gameplay is enemies have more armor, they move faster, they deal more damage, and their shots move faster, which is fairly significant. If you're playing on Rookie, then it's really kind of pathetic how slow the shots move. I'm taking a lot of risks. We got some issues. So the entire point of this game is you want to get to the reactor, and you want to get to the reactor, and you want to blow up the whole the whole mine. By killing the reactor, you, I guess you overload something or other, and it starts to self-destruct. I haven't played this game in a little while, I don't know doing so well. This is an energy station. If your energy is below... Your energy and shields both have a max of 200. If you fly into one of these and your energy is below 100, it brings it back up to 100. Which is very helpful when you are shooting a lot. So this is ammo for our Vulcan cannon, which we don't have yet. It's one of the few primary weapons that don't use energy. We just picked up some homing missiles as well. Those obviously are the same as concussion missiles, but they home in instead of being dumbfired. I'm going to go back to concussion missiles because I don't think I need the homing ones right now. Oh, and I forgot to mention it, but this game has a whole bunch of secret doors and stuff in it, where sometimes you can see... Oh, wait for it to close. Shoot a flare out. Sometimes you can see the outline of the door, like you can here. Oftentimes, though, you have to kind of either get lucky or already know about it to find the door. So the point here is we want, like I said, we want to get to the reactor. We want to blow the reactor up. In order to get to the reactor, we have to first find it. And the reactor is always behind. I'll go fly over this way and show you. The reactor is always behind one of these doors with the red on the side. You can't get through this door because you don't have the red key. So we gotta go find the red key. And I happen to know that the red key is over this way. Also, fortunately, in between levels, the game will restore energy up to 100 if it is below 100. So there's the red key. And these keys are always in fairly well-guarded areas. Sometimes there's traps laid out for you in the key room. So, like, you know, you go in there and the room is empty, except for this key. And, you know, okay, it's an easy key. Go pick it up, and then trap doors open on either side of it, and there's just a robot firing at you like crazy. So I think, actually, now that I've played the game, I think that energy consumption is also tied to difficulty, so that's why it's taking less shots to take a point of energy away. So I'm a little rusty at this, I guess. You can take damage from running into things, but you don't take a whole lot, and you have to hold it running into And there's our Vulcan cannon. I'll use that a little bit to show you what... I don't really like the Vulcan cannon that much. It's really a backup weapon for me for when you're out of energy. So we're not going to go into the red door just yet. We're going to go do some exploring. Get some items. So this is an example of the trap. They put that little energy there. They're like, oh yeah, go get the energy. What's the worst that could happen? Come down here. Oh, robots. Vulcan cannon. That's what it does. Meaning it doesn't have projectiles across the distance. It just immediately hits whatever you're pointing at when you pull the button. I'm not going to use it anymore. I'm going back to my laser. The laser is low-key the best weapon in the game because you can upgrade it. You have to find the laser upgrades first, obviously, but it gets really powerful. And you can get a power to give you a lot of lasers. It's fantastic. Alright, so we're finally getting our shields and energy up to a reasonable level. Kind of getting used to it a little bit more. And a lot of these shortcuts and stuff I know because I played this game for a lot when I was a kid. Some of them I'll be forgetting because I just don't have the memory retention for that. So now that we have the red key, we can get in here. And usually whenever you see these red things on the side here, the arrows, it's they're pointing towards you. I don't think that's a hard rule, but generally whenever you see that, you're in for it. Yeah, we're pretty close to it. So it's right down there. I'm just trying to kill some robots before I go down. One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to be right next to a wall when you shoot a missile, because missiles have splash damage and they will damage you. Or a missiles will. It's... Oh, okay. I kind of like flew right into that. Did I kill you? Are you dead? Okay. Alright, so that's the reactor right there. Oh, that's firing faster than people. Usually those go pretty slow. So it's just gonna fly around and explode while the reactor shoots it. So this is the exit. You can't open this door by yourself. In order to open the door, you have to blow the door. And then everything starts blinking black and the lights start flashing. It becomes more difficult to control your ship because it's like kind of rocking around. And the entire thing you want to do is you want to blow up the reactor and get out the exit. If you don't get out the exit, you still beat the level, but you die, you lose all your power-ups, you basically go back to your base ship that you start the game with. So we beat level 1, Lunar Outpost. That level is very easy. Alright, so we're going to the second level here. And this is where I'm going to call the end of this first episode. Alt F3. That's load. Alt F4. Alt F2. Okay, Alt F2 is save game. We're going to call it Descent. It's very original. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time where we will tackle level 2.